And we've got Andy Mack, your favorite sailor. And we've got
very sad about our friend Andy Mack. Great sailor, great friend, silver star. We're gonna miss him a lot at the race course. And for him, we have a very nice word in Portuguese, saudade. Andy Mack, we're gonna miss you.
Andy Mack was one of the guys that's out there, always friendly, always nice. You look forward to seeing him, and it was a pleasure to sail against him, and it was a pleasure to know him as a friend.
Andy Mack, he had a smile that nobody could match, and the happiness that came from him, I wish it would spread throughout the class all the time.
So Andy Mack, first of all, I just want to tell you that I love you and I'm going to miss you forever. You were just one of the absolute people that made my job as an executive of the Star Class doable, because you always had the right information, you worded it properly, and you're just a wonderful, wonderful person, and I'm going to miss you. Thank you, Andy.
Gentleman and legend, those two words don't even come close to doing Andy Mack justice.
Lived his life fully, and he enjoys the wine a lot.
Crazy white hair, big smile.
Smiling, happy guy.
Andy Mack, you were the man. Always a good word for everybody, always optimistic. So fun to be around, and really epitomized the Star Class. We'll miss you, buddy. Love you.
He was one of my favorite people around the parking lot. He always had a good smile on his face and shook your hand, and we're gonna miss him. So
this guy comes up to me, and I can't tell if he's a surfer or a sailor or whatever, with the blondish white hair, and he says, "Hey, are you Larry Whip?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Oh, I'm Andy Mack." I said, "Well, it's pleased to meet you." And he says, "You know, I've heard good things about you." And I said, "Well, you must have been talking to my mother." And he said, "How'd you know?" And then he walked away.
Andy was a great friend and competitor on and off the water, and we shared so many stories in regards to wine and just life. I will definitely miss him.
Andy was a great sportsman. He was in the category of those guys that when you have a close port starboard, no matter who was on which side of that equation, there was no call for starboard. There was just a look between the two skippers, and if it was close and it didn't really matter for the race, you knew you could keep going if you were on port. And this is the type of sportsmanship that Andy displayed. He's not just a great sailor, because he was a true champion, but just a great guy on and off the water. I really feel fortunate that I was his friend, and he will be well remembered, not just in our fleet, but I'm sure by his family.
I would say my happiest memory of Andy Mack is winning his Silver Star at the 2017 Eastern Hemisphere Championships in Viareggio. It was part of a plan that we laid out in 2015 when he invited me to Laguna Beach to talk about great life goals and what we're going to do in sailing as we toured all the best bars and restaurants in Laguna. We set out a regatta and training schedule, we ordered a new boat, we switched to Doyle sails, and finally executed on our plan in 2017 in a really strong fleet of 64 boats. But what everyone knows Andy Mack for is his camaraderie off the water as much as his sailing on the water. And following the awards, it was drinks for everyone at the yacht club, then dinner with our friends Peter and Phil, and of course we invited the O'Leary brothers who tied for us in the regatta. And it was just an exceptional evening, great Italian food and wine, but what I really remember is the most enthusiastic "I love you, mans" I ever got in 10 years of sailing with Andy Mack. Andy Mack's a legend. He won't be forgotten by the Star Class or anyone else.